There is a moment most people experience but rarely talk about. It happens in the quiet hours, when the noise of the day fades and you are left alone with your thoughts. You look at your life, your bank account, your habits, and you feel it. That uncomfortable distance between where you are and where you know you could be. That gap is not a sign of failure. It is actually the first signal that something inside you is waking up. Most people mistake discomfort for a dead end, but the truth is, discomfort is a compass. It points directly toward the version of yourself that is waiting to be built. The question is never whether you feel the pull toward more. The question is whether you are willing to move toward it. Here is what nobody tells you about motivation. It is not something that arrives at your door like a package. It does not show up when conditions are perfect or when you feel completely ready. Motivation is manufactured through action, not the other way around. The people who consistently grow, consistently earn more, and consistently build wealth are not people who feel motivated every single morning. They are people who decided that their future mattered more than their current mood. They show up when it is hard. They push through when results are slow. They understand that the decision to move forward, made repeatedly over time, becomes the foundation of everything they eventually achieve. Waiting to feel motivated before taking action is one of the most expensive habits a person can have. Money is one of the most misunderstood forces in modern life. People are taught to fear it, chase it desperately, or feel guilty about wanting it. But wealth, at its core, is simply a reflection of value created and problems solved. When you shift your focus from wanting money to becoming someone who consistently delivers value, something remarkable happens. Opportunities begin to appear that were invisible before. The mindset that builds wealth is not obsessive or greedy. It is disciplined, patient, and deeply focused on growth. Wealthy people think in terms of years and decades, not days and weeks. They invest in knowledge, in relationships, in skills, and in systems that work even when they are not working. That is the quiet engine behind financial growth that most people never see. Every industry changes, markets shift, technologies evolve. But the one thing that remains permanently valuable is a person who is committed to growing. Personal growth is not a luxury reserved for people with extra time or resources. It is the single most important investment you will ever make. Reading one book per month puts you ahead of the vast majority of people. Learning one new skill per year compounds into an entirely different life over a decade. The people who thrive in any economy, in any era, are the ones who refused to stop learning. They treated their mind like a business asset, because that is exactly what it is. Your ability to think clearly, solve problems creatively, and adapt quickly is worth more than any single paycheck you will ever receive. Everything discussed here points to one central truth. The life you want is not going to be handed to you, and it is not going to be built in a single dramatic moment. It is going to be constructed quietly, through thousands of small decisions made when nobody is watching. The decision to read instead of scroll. The decision to save instead of spend impulsively. The decision to invest in yourself instead of waiting for someone else to invest in you. These choices feel small in the moment, but stacked together over months and years, they create something extraordinary. They create freedom. They create options. They create a version of you that future you will be genuinely proud of. The gap you feel right now between where you are and where you want to be is not a burden. It is an invitation. And the only question left is whether you are going to accept it.